fans, once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G. Yes, time to do another movie review. Yes, I finally saw Midsommar. Yes, the second motion picture from Ari Aster that brought us the great Hereditary, and now I'm going to do a review on it. Now, Midsommar is a 2019 folk horror movie. It was written and directed by Ari Aster that gave us Hereditary last year. The movie stars Florence Pugh, Jack Reynor, William Jackson Harper, and Will Poulter. It's a very simple story, and once again, can Ari Aster shock us and surprise us and leave us questioning our heads like he did with the first movie, Hereditary? Well, let's see what I have to say about Midsommar. Now, the premise is a very simple one. A couple travels to Sweden along with their friends to visit a rural hometown's fabled Midsummer Festival. What begins as an idyllic retreat quickly devolves into an increasingly violent and bizarre competition at the hands of the pagan cult. Yes, things are not what they seem. Now, Ari Aster, after blowing us away with his first film, Hereditary, is back again with his second film, Midsommar. Now, we know that some directors can always hit a home run on their first try, but they can't with their second one. So, can Ari duplicate what he did with Hereditary at his second time at the plate? Absolutely! And what a mindfuck this was. What Ari has done here is simply taken a simple story, friends going to Sweden to partake in the Midsummer Festival at a small commune, and he turns it upside down, sideways, and every which way but loose. Ooh, boy, you want to talk about some crazy shit happening here. That's what he does with this film. Now, along with his brilliant direction and writing skills, he also has excellent cinematography here, a beautiful setting. He creates places just as deadly and terrifying as a haunted house. Along with some brilliant acting and some fleshed out characters, Aster's Midsommar is one big mind trip of a movie, and I do mean that literally. I really enjoyed this one. Now, after a devastating family tragedy, Danny Adore decides to accompany her boyfriend, an anthropological graduate student Christian Hughes, to a trip to Sweden. Now, all the Christian friends, Mark and Josh, they have been invited to attend a Midsummer Festival by their Swedish friend Pelle, at his ancestral rural commune. Now, everything seems fine at first, but then all of a sudden Danny starts seeing visions of her family after she drank some hallucinogen, so we figured this was just one big mind trip. But when the rituals take a dark turn, I really do mean dark, Danny and her friends soon learn that there's something more going on in this commune, and they had to begin to question their own sanity. Yeah, it's like, what the hell is going on here? Now, you have to give Ari Aster credit on how he created this world here. First of all, the place looks so innocent and carefree. I mean, all the people that Danny and her friends encounter, they're very happy, they're friendly, they're joyful. They welcome them with open arms. They're smiling, they're cute, they're pretty. You would have nothing to fear once you enter a place like this, because you don't think nothing crazy could happen. Now, this color scheme he uses is another thing you wouldn't be afraid of. We have bright white colors from the cult's outfits. We have lovely flowers that they wear. I think they're pink, green, red. I mean, any type of cute flowers that you have, they have here. The grass is green and wonderful, and the houses they live in, they're wonderful, peaceful, and graceful. I mean, everything just looks so great and elegant here. It's just so pretty. But yet there's something dark going on in this place. Now, all the scenes take place in the daylight, which is quite a different as opposed to something dark and gritty and ugly, which makes everything seem so real and idyllic. None of the people in the cult look frightening or creepy looking. They're all perfectly fine and look so friendly. But that's how Aster gets the audiences when the shit starts to hit the fan. When the shit does happen, we're in shock just like Danny and her friends are. Aster puts the audience right in the middle of what's happening, especially in the third act of the movie, which I will not spoil here. Where Danny and Christian have a huge mind trip, and I do mean they have a mind trip here. I mean, you never thought playing a maypole would turn out to be so crazy. As I stated earlier, Aster turns this place upside down, sideways, back and forth, and every which way but loose. Now, Florence Pugh, she is just wonderful as Danny. She gives Danny the emotions that the type of character that Danny is. Whether she's dealing with the grief of her family or the struggle she's having with her boyfriend Christian, Florence shows sadness, frustration, confusion, and anger throughout the whole movie. We really do feel sorry for her. It's her performance is the strength that carries the whole movie as well. Without her performance, I don't think this movie would be as good as it is right now. We feel sorry for Danny when the movie begins, and we hope that she can find closure, but I believe this isn't the closure we're expecting when she visits the commune, and it's probably not the happy ending, or you know how Asher is when it comes to his films. It's certainly not the type of closure that he gave this character. Now, as for Jack Renoir, who plays Christian, he's more straightforward in this role here. We all know that Christian's a terrible boyfriend, but his character really isn't fleshed out as Danny is. That doesn't mean that Jack does a poor performance in this movie. It's just that there really isn't much for him to do here. However, he does become part of the plot, especially in the third act, which I will not spoil here. But the people who've seen the film, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I still can't forget that scene. Now, as for his friends Mark and Josh, well, we kind of know what character Mark is. Once we get to know Mark, we know he simply wants to have sex with some of the Swedish women there and some of the women there at the commune. And Josh is there because he wants to write a thesis on the commune, which causes some friction between him and Christian. So I kind of like that little side backstory. It's a good thing. That doesn't dominate the film because that's just part of the side story. It just shows how the characters are more fleshed out. I actually thought Josh was more fleshed out than Mark, but then again, that's the type of character Mark is. He just wants to have sex with some Swedish women. Josh, on the other hand, he's more into the backstory of these communes, looking at how did they come about. And I like his character better, and I like how him and Christian start to have this sort of friction between them. So that's pretty good of how Aster fleshes out all these characters. Now, I will say this, just like with Hereditary, this movie isn't for the average horror fan. There are no jump scares or fake jump scares. There are no monsters, no demons, nor devils, and there are no slashers. This movie really isn't scary. It's more of an emotional burn. It's a slow burn, and it does take some time before the crazy shit happens. So, some people, you might get bored on waiting for something to happen. Like I said, this is not your typical horror film. This isn't The Conjuring. This isn't Bye-Bye Man. This isn't any of Brightburn, any of the better horror films. This is not even Us. Now, there is gore in this movie, and we do get some practical effects here as well, but Aster doesn't rely on the typical horror tropes. He simply wants the audience to experience something we've never seen before on screen, and with this one, it's a mind trip that I know I'll never forget. I'm pretty sure any other people who love this movie won't forget neither. So for a brilliant setup, excellent acting from Florence Pugh, and great direction writing from Asher, we have a film here that I believe is the best mindfuck I've seen since Altered States. So, Horror Miser will open up his vault, and I will give Midsommar 4 out of my 5 gold coins. Yes, it's going to get 4 out of my 5 gold coins. Yes, this will definitely be my top 10 horror films of this year. That's how much I enjoyed it. And like I said before, this film will be just as divisive as Hereditary was. More likely it's going to come down either you love it or you hate it. So, my horror fans, have you seen Midsommar? Do you think this is one of the best horror films of the year, or are you just like the people who didn't like Hereditary? You didn't like this one, this one as well, because it was just too slow. Leave your comments down in the comment section below and tell me what you thought about Midsommar. Well, once again, that's my video for the day, guys. Hope you did enjoy, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And once again, if this is your first time here, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you can come and enjoy the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And as always, all my social media links will be down in the description box below as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, horror rules. Chucky, take us home. We're out.
A day to eat and Bella. Give me the power, I beg of you.